Hormel Natural Choice lunch meats.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Just like with anything, police officers are held to a higher standard. Why aren't our medical professionals?
Now at 11, left in a wheelchair forever, a retired Metro police officer is taking action against a health provider he says altered his medical records.
Santos Cortez was stunned when he learned notes about his care were changed to allegedly favor the hospital.
Call 6 Chief Investigator Rafael Sanchez has this story you will only see on RTV6.
From coaching football,
I try to be out in the community,
to addressing police recruit classes, Santos Cortez lives life to the fullest.
to just show my kids that whatever life gives you and the adversities that are in front of you, you can overcome, you can adapt and move forward.
Cortez has been in a wheelchair since 2012. While on duty, responding to a drunk driving incident, he was seriously injured and required weeks of medical attention. In 2014, the retired Metro police officer sued IU Health over the care of his wounds. In 2018, the case was settled. But it turns out a third-party company working on his workers' compensation claim found several original medical records associated with the hospital case. Those records did not match up with the ones used in the legal fight. In fact, it showed the hospital's paperwork was apparently altered.
I was upset.
Upset? Why?
Upset because why would you lie and try to cover up something and hide the fact that you messed up?
In this case, look at the original, then the added words. And in this case, and in this case, and in this case. All the alterations allegedly made by therapists to allegedly favor the hospital against Cortez in his legal fight.
So then when I saw that they did lie and alter the records, it was like being re-victimized all over again, a way for them to skate by and still make it look like my fault or his fault, blame the patient for your misdoings. It was horrible.
The couple is seeking to hold IU Health accountable for the use of those altered medical records.
We say to the court that forgery and a counterfeiting has occurred. We say to the court that these witnesses who generated these altered records lied under oath in depositions to try to cover their own negligence.
I assumed they knew what they were doing. They were telling us the right things.
The experts.
Right.
Right.
I wouldn't ask them to tell me how to do a traffic stop.
Right.
I mean, they would have no idea.
The lawsuit is in its early stages. If no settlement is reached, there's a request for a jury trial right here in Indianapolis. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Rafael, thank you. And a spokesperson for IU Health released this statement saying, quote, "We are not able to provide information on active legal matters. However, we are committed to providing quality care and service to all of our patients and their families," end quote.
After nearly 2 years of searching for this person in connection to the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German, police say the man in this sketch is not a suspect in the case. Investigators clarified that information today, 2 days after releasing a second sketch. They say this sketch is of a different person. It's unclear what exactly caused investigators to determine this image looks more like the suspect in the case. It has been more than 2 years since Abby and Libby were found dead near Delphi. Police are still asking for tips. If you have any information, call the number on your screen or send a message to the email address you see there. You can also find this information on our website, theindychannel.com and the RTV6 app.
Tow trucks are being used to steal cars in Indianapolis. We first told you about this last week. Police believe a black tow truck is connected to at least 3 cases. Tonight, RTV6's Graham Hunter shows you this type of crime has been going on for a while, and one man tracked down the thieves.
It happened in broad daylight and right across the street from a business with some pretty visible security cameras. Brian Summers' car was loaded up on the back of a tow truck right here and stolen. It all happened in less than 5 minutes.
Did it really fast, really quick.
This surveillance video was captured over 5 months ago on the west side.
Tow trucks can very well be used for theft.
Brian Summers' 2004 Chevy Impala was parked on a family member's property in an alley.
It had been sitting there for, they could have been scoping it out for a little while.
We reported earlier this month about a black tow truck used to steal vehicles out of alleys on the east side. Police are still investigating those crimes.
I feel like it's it's more of a theft ring kind of a thing now, that it's happening so often to so many people now.
Based on the videos Summers got from a nearby business, he was able to track down the tow truck that took his car.
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost erupted to violence.
After showing them the video and getting police involved, Summers says the guys told him someone sold him the car.
They wouldn't admit to theft. They said it was a mistake.
Summers says the guys told him the car was scrapped and eventually gave him a few $100. Summers wants other people to know how easily it can happen.
People that worked for the business next door saw them and waved at them, said hi. They thought that they were over there just, doing what they should be doing.
And how quickly.
They just took it up and had one winch cable holding it down and they sped off out of here as fast as they could.
Police often remind us that if you see something suspicious, you can call IMPD to have them check it out. We're reporting from the west side, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Now to the forecast. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking temperatures and more rain headed our way. Hey, Kevin.
And it's a familiar pattern. Let me show you some rain exiting southeastern portions of the state. This was a wall of rain last few hours over the southern third of the state. That's leaving and another area arriving from southern Illinois into southern portions of the state. Temperatures will stay in the 50s overnight. We jump to 7 a.m. Scattered showers, not widespread rainfall. That will include the rest of the morning hours. We'll pick up the timeline later tomorrow and show you more substantial rain coming to the north, whereas most of the action has been in the southern third or half of the state tonight. There are your temperatures pretty steady, below average, upper 50s to low 60s. As far as additional rainfall, this is for Indianapolis. Most models hinting at about 1 inch to 1.5 inches with isolated higher amounts.
Covering the State House now, the legislative session just ended.
Lawmakers wrapped up things late tonight, passing 2 key bills. They approved a wide-ranging gambling bill that legalized sports betting in our state. The House and Senate both voted to support the proposal hours after reaching a final agreement. And just minutes ago, the House approved a budget deal that includes a $763 million increase in school funding. The Senate approved the bill earlier tonight.
Advocates across the state held events today to rally support for public education. In Washington Township on the north side of Indianapolis, teachers and supporters lined 86th Street outside North Central High School. Even though they are not happy with the education funding in this year's state budget, they will not stop fighting for what they say is fair.
We need to continue to educate our communities about the money that we're losing and how that's going to affect our students, because our students are the ones that are losing out.
No one's out there supporting teachers except for teachers. So we're out there educating legislators, community members, parents.
Now, organizers are encouraging other teachers and educators to get involved in the movement.
A new school on the east side of Indianapolis is providing more than just a classroom for kids. 4 teachers took a program they developed and taught throughout several established Indianapolis public schools and expanded it to create Phelan Leadership Academy. It's a public charter school in a neighborhood considered one of the most dangerous in the city. Students say they like coming to school because they know the teachers care.
Well, some of the teachers are like having a big brother or a big sister, or like if you don't have no one you could talk to a teacher.
Before, like any other school, I would come home mad or something. But like with here, I come home with a smile on my face because the friends I hang out with, the teachers, the deans and all that.
Phelan Leadership Academy was the only school in the state to have all of their 8th graders qualify for the 21st Century Scholar Program. That means those students will all have the opportunity to get a tuition-free college education.
A major convention in downtown Indianapolis starts tomorrow. Tens of thousands of visitors will be in the city for the NRA convention. The event will feature more than 15 acres of displays of guns, shooting, and hunting accessories. It goes through April 28th. The NRA's website says there will be no sale of firearms or ammunition during the convention. And President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence will speak at the event on Friday. They are scheduled to appear at the NRA Institute for Legislative Action Leadership Forum.
A lawsuit sparked by a scam that cost a Kokomo veteran more than $134,000 could help protect other seniors. Jim Carter was a disabled Air Force veteran. According to a lawsuit filed by the Attorney General's office, a former co-worker, Patsy Lealy, approached Carter saying her son needed help with his student loans while attending Ivy Tech. The lawsuit alleges alleges the Lealis used fake emails claiming to be from banks and the U.S. Department of Education. According to the state, Patsy's son was not even enrolled at Ivy Tech.
It's a large amount of money for one specific person. We often have cases where a person has lost, a few $100s, which is a lot of money to that person, and it's happened to multiple people. But this is the most recent instance, I think, in the last couple of years that we have filed something where it's one specific person who's lost a significant amount of money.
Carter's son says the scheme broke his father financially and physically. Jim Carter died in 2015 at the age of 68. The Attorney General's office is asking a judge to stop the Lealis from obtaining any assets or property for anyone 60 years of age and older. The office is also seeking restitution for Carter's estate.
Saving families money while keeping them safe. The extra effort a local secondhand sale is making to protect your kids from dangerous products.
And McDonald's wants to hire Hoosiers with more life experience. What the company is doing to attract older workers.
And although another wet day is on the way tomorrow, you can see those rain chances climbing. We'll find some dry weather within the 7-day forecast.
Store. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Welcome back. A big consignment sale is underway in Hamilton County. The event is a way for families to save and make money, but safety is also a priority here. That's why volunteers at the Just Between Friends sale at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds spent the evening inspecting toys and checking for recalled items.
We have about a 500-page booklet that we go through, and just to make sure that items the manufacturers haven't recalled them for any specific broken pieces. We just want to make sure that our community stays safe. Safety is our #1 concern.
The sale is open from 9 to 7 tomorrow and Friday, and from 9 to 3 on Saturday. If you're not in the buying or selling market but have items you do not need, donations are accepted and go to the Good Samaritan Network.
As businesses and restaurants turn to more environmentally friendly alternatives, plastic straws are becoming a thing of the past, but they could help fuel jobs of the future. Tonight, Hiring Hoosiers goes inside a Purdue University lab where engineers are working on turning the chemicals in straws and other plastic into a renewable energy. About 79% of all plastic goes to landfills or ends up as litter. And a study predicts oceans may hold more plastic than fish by the year 2050. Purdue researchers are confident they can help address the problem and create a demand for their products and jobs.
I think the jobs will come with the solution of the problems. If we're solving an important problem, I think jobs will follow.
Professor Linda Wang believes the team is within 5 years of bringing this idea to market. To learn more about this project, go to hiringhoosiers.com and click on this story. And McDonald's is making a push to hire more Hoosiers from older generations. The fast food giant is partnering with AARP to help attract workers over 50 years old. The company says right now that age group makes up just 11% of its workforce at corporate-owned locations. And McDonald's is not the only company with this hiring strategy. AARP says about 1,000 businesses have pledged to recruit across diverse age groups, including Google, CVS, and Macy's.
What's important to you?
401k, a future, great position with great pay and benefits.
And helping you find the right job, where to start your search, and how to connect to local employers who are looking for strong workers. Watch our Hiring Hoosiers special tomorrow night at 7:30, only on RTV6.
Wayne Township firefighters say this is an annual sign of spring for them. Baby duck rescues. Employees of International Paper near Washington Street and Girls School Road called for help this afternoon when they noticed a mama duck pacing around a storm drain. Several ducklings fell into the drain and were trapped. Firefighters were able to scoop up all the little ducklings and return them to their mama.
We need little duckling signs. Avoid this storm drain. Look at them. Oh.
Now they're all happy and back together with mom.
They're nervous because the cameras that surrounded them.
I heard that.
Water off their backs. For us, Yes, more rain. I'm going to point out in a second some dry days. So there are some dry days.
Good. That's good to hear. About time.
It'd be nice to
It's
see
not
one.
overwhelming. 1 to 2 inches of additional rainfall. That's really through early Friday morning across central Indiana. I think there'll be some spots that see 2 inches or more. You can see the rain chances the next few days. I'm going to do the reverse and point out some happy times. Friday and Sunday, the most likely days for dry weather. And you can see high probabilities of rain on the other days going into the first half of the weekend. We've got our soggy stretch now, and then we step into May, June, and July. Typically, on average, these are our 3 wettest months of the year, and so it looks like the wet conditions roll on. Departing southeast Indiana, showers. There have been some rumbles of thunder there. I put on the frontal boundaries here. The warm front is to the south. It was above 80 degrees today in Louisville and along the Ohio River. The warm air sits to the south, but these waves of moisture move along this. Think of it kind of as a railroad track. This will eventually move into central Indiana and increase our chance of rain in Indianapolis and areas north of Interstate 70 tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Temperatures will not change much tonight, staying in the low 50s. Once the air is saturated, kind of hard to change that temperature. We'll wake up to temperatures in the 50s. Broader view, less rain to the north and west of Indy. From Indy, southeast is where we'll see that inch to maybe 2 inches in some spots. And the rain probability sky high through the day tomorrow, but I think probably 4 p.m. to about 11 p.m. tomorrow night, the most likely time for rain and even some isolated thunderstorms. Let's pick up the timeline at 1 o'clock. Fairly widespread rain, some nice downpours. 4 o'clock, the west-east band of showers and thunderstorms continues to lift north as we get to 7 and then 11 o'clock. That will be some moderate to heavy rainfall in spots. It will finally push to the east and start to dry out for our Friday and most of Saturday. The rain will come back Saturday afternoon or late Saturday afternoon. Thursday temperatures more the same in the 60s. That's average for this time of the year. If you can have 60-degree temperatures with sunshine, always feels a little better, and that's on the way for Friday. Into the weekend we go. That chance for showers and thunderstorms returns Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Dry Sunday. Chance for rain continues Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but temperatures moving into the lower 70s by the middle of next week.
Well, the month of May is 1 week away. Drivers are getting ready in different ways, including by raising money and rubbing elbows. After testing today, Saks hosted a fashion event. It also doubled as a fundraiser for Rev Indy. Simon Pagenaud sipped bourbon from a special-aged barrel made over the winter.
The month of May is like this for us. We have event every night. We try to continue to promote IndyCar and the Speedway, and quite frankly, it's an amazing event. It's amazing to be part of such an incredible event, and people show up, people love it. Indianapolis loves the Indianapolis 500, but I think the whole world loves it, and it's amazing to be part of it.
Rev Indy raises money for IU Health and the Emergency Center at IMS. So much racing already going on, and we're not even in May yet.
Right, but I think Simon's right there. The world loves this event, so it's great to see that.
Everybody's watching right now.
If you were into Indy 500 fashion today, you needed a little rain gear, as Dave can tell you. He was out at the track today.
Hey, Dave.
Busy day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and well, actually went a little longer than everyone thought. How about until 7:30 tonight? I mean, that doesn't happen just anywhere, or really in recent history. Maybe back to the Brickyard 400 when Big E won that second Brickyard. But anyway, busy day today, and all eyes on the Spaniard back at the Brickyard. Fernando Alonso. Brad Brown catches up with him as we continue here in the news at 11.
The only name you need to know.
Well, interesting day at the Speedway despite the rain delays. Look at the crowd, which came out in droves. Turn 2 viewing mounds. The yellow shirts had a tough time parking everyone. In fact, the mounds were pretty full all the way, pretty deep into turn 2. And why not? Some 29 drivers on the track today. Tony Kanaan among them, and all working out some bugs. Next time they're on the oval. Opening day of the oval, May 14th. Well, good evening. Yes, it's Wednesday, but today at the track was also a bit of a throwback Thursday. Among the drivers on the track, 3-time world champion Fernando Alonso, back this May, still trying to complete the Triple Crown. Monaco, Le Mans, and Indy. Brad Brown with the Sports Extra Spotlight.
First, it was the weather.
A 4-hour rain delay moved the entire day in the wrong direction for Fernando Alonso.
Not enough laps probably, and not enough time on the car to get a proper feeling, but it's I guess the same for everyone.
Once he finally got in the car, there were intercom and electrical issues. And the first time out, it turns out the car wasn't quite ready.
If we could probably have these installation labs at midday, maybe you discover these issues and then you have hours to work in the car and be ready for the afternoon.
So more time spent parked on pit lane. It's a full McLaren effort this time with staff from the English team's home base. Former 500 champs Johnny Rutherford and Gilles de Ferran are along for support, but it's all presenting a new set of challenges.
Not only in terms of setup-wise on the technical side, it's also on the operational side, also on the strategy, on the tire management, on the comfort side in terms of driver position, molding the steering wheel grip, all these basic things.
Alonso's year started with a win at the 24 Hours of Daytona, another massive career accomplishment. Here at Indianapolis, it's pretty much back to square one.
Today has been a difficult day for the weather and for the time that they gave to the rookies, and it's nothing we can do, and hopefully we can recover this time.
Every left turn here is worth something, even before the month of May. When he returns in a couple weeks, the pressure will be back on as Alonso resumes his Indy quest.
Yeah, basically it's a bigger challenge, but it could be a bigger reward as well.
At the Speedway, Brad Brown, Trackside 6.
Brad, thanks. Speaking of throwbacks, when the veterans wrapped up their session, it was 2017 Indy 500 champ Takuma Sato making a charge. Sato and Rahal Letterman Lanigan racing the new engineer this season, picking up Alan McDonald from the Ed Carpenter team last year. You may remember Ed won pole, almost won the race last year. Today, P1 belonged to Sato as he worked alongside, perhaps in front of or behind his teammate Graham Rahal. Quick six looking like this. Sato, and then look who's there. Speaking of Ed Carpenter, Spencer Piggott, Ed Carpenter Racing. 3 Hondas, 3 Chevys in the quick six, but clearly Sato feeling comfortable.
We brought a new package after over the course of the winter. Engineers really go to all the details. Of course, every single team does, but I think the Rahal Letterman Lanigan team did an amazing job for the preparation of the car, and car performed out of the box. So I was very happy and then enjoyed a few laps.
All right, fun day today at the track, and we make that smooth transition to the NFL tomorrow. The 3-day NFL draft begins tomorrow night. And a programming note, you can see all 3 days live right here in RTV6 at ABC. Robin Roberts hosts. The Colts with 9 total picks over the course of 3 days. 26th overall pick tomorrow. We'll be live at the Colts complex tomorrow night at 5, 6, and 7. Hey, the news at 11 continues after this.
Name you need to know.
At MartinHonda.com.
Tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana.
Thursday's a day you will want to have your umbrella handy, as we'll be dealing with rain showers throughout the entire day.
Plus, a perfect match, the touching story of a pastor donating his kidney to one of his parishioners. Join us from 4:30 to 7.
As you drift off to sleep, the rain closer to Interstate 64 in southern Indiana, but it will drift to the north. Some morning showers around. If it's your job to take the dog for a walk first thing in the morning, there'll be some showers around. Stimpy has...
He's waiting for the sunshine, not the showers.
Wait patiently, young man. Every dog is a patient person, right? They
not
wait
Leo.
All the time. Good night, Stimpy Owens. Good night, everybody.